Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Y'all are brewheads? Yeah, we brewheads. So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is C, Certified Brewhead, and welcome to episode 74 of Beer Not the Shit, the podcast, Adjunct Series, not the quarantine edition. We are back in the building. Summer break, obviously not a complete break because we just did the Link Up series, and I did that with the queen to my right. Tiffany is joining me this evening.
Hi, everyone. I'm so thrilled to be here. What, is that so formal?
A little formal, yeah.
Hey, guys, so excited. Thanks for having me.
What's your podcast, too?
On my podcast.
So if y'all didn't, I wasn't sure how many people maybe checked the Link Up episodes. I mean, the numbers were about the same, but just in case people didn't, that's where we were the last 5 weeks. We didn't get a sixth week, couldn't get hold of the final one to make it happen, but we did five.
We could get hold, couldn't make it happen.
Couldn't make it happen, that's what I meant. We couldn't coordinate a date that worked.
Yeah.
So we were like, look, it's all good. It might happen even later, who knows? So we did, and we're going to explain what the hell we're talking about. So this is a direct continuation from episode 73, which we finished in the end of June, if I'm not mistaken. So we only meant to take 2 weeks off, but ended up being about 6 weeks off.
Yeah. Because
we realized, we just got busy for one.
Yeah.
Because,
life,
you know the vibes. And the Link Up series was coming up. We were launching our non-profit, and I knew we were going to do a podcast series, and that was sort of the intention before that. We were going to take a couple weeks off this Adjunct series. Adjunct, it just means it's like random shit whenever we want to do a podcast about anything.
Yeah.
We could just do it, and it ended up becoming quite a thing because the quarantine edition, which is the only way we did it for those first 73 episodes, was because we were in quarantine. So we were going live once, twice a week, and it was taking over my motherfucking life.
It was pretty intense.
It was fun, but it was so intense. I was burnt out, man, because of all the other podcasts and other things that I was doing. So what we're doing now, as you can probably tell...
Did you pass me my rings all over there?
Oh, yeah, you want people to see that.
So, the audio guys can't see it?
I do my very best.
But
oh, yes.
Our friends visually can. Ooh, look at the moon. She's that
beautiful,
beautiful,
where's she
dark,
looking?
yellowish...
I love it.
Going on, so gorgeous.
Bloody ripper. So anyways, if you are at the moon. So this is not, we're not doing the lives anymore. So we're pre-recording these episodes so we can bank back up. People, life, we're going to talk about it a little bit today anyway, but, life is back on for the most part. So the need for those live podcasts is kind of dwindled. Mm-hmm. So we just thought, let's go back to how we used to do it. They're all going to be virtual. We're just too busy to be running around doing stuff. And the beauty of virtual podcasts, as you kind of find out, we're going to be talking to people from everywhere. Even these first few episodes we got set up, there are people all over the place. It's awesome.
I guess that's a really good bonus in the end of all the hot mess of the world and everything. On the BAOS side, it just, for a lot of things, it increased globalization a little bit even more.
It did, yeah.
Even for us, we just weren't. I know you particularly were not a super fan of not being in a place and interviewing
to begin with,
but it kind of forced you into it, and now it's oh wait, this is a great way. You get to have an experience. The beers get sent to you, and you get to just drink it with them over the pod, and it opens it up to interviewing so many more people. Where before we only could do it when we were traveling.
Exactly.
So now it's we just get to interview and speak to so many more people now, which is very cool.
Yeah, and you're right. I wouldn't have done it ever.
Yeah.
People ask me all the time.
Yeah, it forced you into it, which is good.
And you know what? I don't know if I said it on this, but now I just prefer it this way, to be honest. I think it's more the comfort of it. This, people, you've ever watched it, or if you're listening.
Look, we're sitting on our couch chilling.
On our couch, and you know what happens when we finish? We pack the fuck up and go on with our evening, And that's what the guests can do. They don't, have to host us at their brewery. As much as I do miss that,
they were fun times, though. Really good times. Yeah.
But look, if I'm honest, there's so much more work for us because we filmed it, the whole thing, and then you.
It was
a
day. We run a full agency, and it was I can't even imagine right now actually having time to be able to do that ever. Period. Right now.
Absolutely no chance.
It would not happen. So,
and that's actually mostly why we're not going to go back to that.
Yeah, it's just our work has gotten way more hectic. Than we were a bit more free before. Our clients were a bit more chill, but now it's really full blown. So to take out a day and go somewhere and set up, and in the end when you go, you can't just really go and film and leave. You just start getting into this good conversation and hanging out, and then you're drinking at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and you're just destroyed by the...
by the time you get out of there.
Where this made us, we do it in the evening. We don't ever, film during the day normally. It's just made things... It's normally Friday evening. Whatever, it's normally
It used to be
evening.
Friday or Thursdays.
Yeah, so it's I think it's just more accommodated with our lifestyle now. So it all kind of happened at the same time.
Yes.
Where it makes more sense.
That's a really good point. Yeah, there's no chance. And plus as well, like, I don't even know what's appropriate with COVID anyway. Like, the whole time during the pandemic, that's why.
Yeah.
And I did see other people doing live podcasts, or not live, but, recording
in person, right?
in person. And I did see people shitting on them for that. We chose not to do that.
Yeah.
Mostly because we were busy, but also because, I don't know, I didn't really want to mess around with that. And even now that things are open, they're not full capacity.
Yeah, it's not full capacity, and I just don't even know what the protocols are. Because even for our clients,
do we have to sit mad far?
I don't know. Like, technically, I noticed with some of our clients, we're working with production agencies. If they're going somewhere, they're like, oh, is this person COVID compliant? What are the forms we're filling out? All this stuff. And we're just kind of like, hey, guys, here's our camera. Like, so maybe we're breaking rules or something. Even.
If we
I
did
don't even
it.
know. If
we did not do it.
We haven't, and we did not. But I'm just curious. Yeah, like, it just feels like this is the best way to do
and whatever COVID compliant means now, like, who knows? Every single place is different. Everywhere has different rules. Every province, every state, whatever. So it was like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. I just really prefer it this way. No one's complain. We've had a couple people invite us over, and I just think that breweries are natural hosts.
Yeah.
And we've had to just politely decline and be like, yeah, look, we don't have the time physically in any shape or form, but also,
Yeah, I don't even know if there's
these
other
were ones
things we're
that
supposed to follow. We are like a registered company. I don't know if that's stuff you're supposed to
be doing. Yeah, and I just didn't want to, and we don't own a car yet, so like having to, most of the ones who asked us were out of town, so we'd have had to rent a car, then it costs us, and blah, 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 blah.
Speaking of town.
Whoa, well done! So we're going to talk about Link Up, but we're going to drink a couple of the Link Up beers this evening, because we have a couple remainders. I don't know how well they're picking up, but the first one we're starting with, as Tiffany gave away.
My segue.
Beautiful segue right there. The Town Link Up beer. So I guess, we'd highly recommend that you go and watch the Link Up episodes. We did 5, like I said. Episode 2 was with Uncle Jeffrey from town. Did I spill that on me?
Great episode. They
great
were all
episode.
Great episodes.
I imagine these are pretty good. So this beer's got to be like 2 months old by now. Fuck, it looks great.
Oh, let me take a photo.
Oh yeah, do the poll. It's okay. There's 2 of them at least. Oh, look at that, perfect lit. So, you guys haven't done this for ages, right?
Yeah.
You like the fake laugh, guys? I'll do another one because I don't know. So basically, we launched a non-profit, right?
I'm happy.
That's fine. Okay, we launched a non-profit in August, and this one got stanched. Chinsed. I'll fix that. Don't worry. Yeah. So the whole season, the whole season kind of like I like equality, So I like
Craig's big on equality. So for those who can't see what he's doing, he's just making sure that both of the beers are exactly.
You got a little more, but it's okay.
Okay,
All
thank
right,
you.
cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Ooh. That holds up pretty well. This was canned 12th of August. Oh, it's only like a month and a bit.
That's not bad
Okay,
at
my
all.
bad. I thought it was July. So anyway, we started a non-profit, Tiffany and I, alongside Jacob and Danielle, Chris and Steven, from Saint-Guillaume-Baron in Aylmer, Quebec. We spoke with, I'll probably give like the high level because you would, you get some more information, or if you have seen it, you probably don't want to hear it all again.
Yeah.
So we, Jacob reached out to us, I can't remember if it was the end of last year or early this year. They had a bunch of funds from these Black is Beautiful products that they'd done via Saint-Guillaume. And they didn't really know what to do with it. They wanted to make a larger impact and just give it to an organization and wash their hands of it. So he reached out to us knowing that, obviously, a really interracial, diverse team. Tiff's, this podcast wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Tiff. It was your idea for me to listen to be a podcast and to start this podcast. So, and you've been producing and coming up with all the ideas ever since. And
thank you.
You so well. Thank you,
okay, yeah.
Guys. Thank you, Tiff. Say thank you, Tiff. Everyone. Fuck you, Tiff. However you feel about it. I guess if you're listening,
if you're listening, if you made it 9 minutes in already, then you
probably mess with us, right?
Yeah, you love it.
So Jacob reached out and we were like, he's like, basically, do you want to start a non-profit initiative? And we're like, absolutely, we want to. So we worked on it all year, and we, there were a few other members of the team. We partnered with a sort of third-party non-profit that he was already working with. They were quite a large team, and I guess that kind of naturally fell apart. We just sort of took it, and it was a little bit easier to work with when there was just, the smaller team, less chefs in the kitchen and such.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to tell everybody about the aims of what we're trying to achieve with Link Up? Or maybe before you do, we did a bunch of Tiff will talk about that, but we did a bunch of collaborative beers. It was 6 different breweries, one each week for 6 weeks. The idea, instead of like we could have dropped 6 beers on one day, but that was like, yeah, it seemed just like a waste. We might as well like drop them over time, give us more to talk about, and grow the awareness over a longer period of time about the campaign.
It was a good way to drive awareness for sure.
I think it was fantastic. So we did 6 different collabs, and we'll talk about all of them shortly. I have all the cans there to show you more. But Towns was the second week we did, which is a 6% IPA with, it doesn't say on the can. I have to check Untappd. What was it? It was some good ass hops either way, and it's just like a nice
good ass hops is what you just put there. Yeah, yeah. I think that's a good one.
I'll write that down.
Definitely write that down.
And theirs was the second one that we did, and it was it turned out really good. So that's really what we're good ass hops. There we go. And that's really what we were doing. So the beer, the beers got more awareness. I can't even fucking talk. Got awareness about what we were doing. Are you looking on Untappd there?
Yeah, Citrus, Mosaic, and Big Secret.
Citrus, Mosaic, and Secret.
Because the Big Secret was for you.
Yeah, gang. But, maybe, Tiff, do you want to tell people about our aims for the program? What we started for.
So, I love that Jacob reached out to us with this, because obviously it's something that's dear to our heart in terms of, the craft beer industry looks a certain way overall, and one of the hopes is to change that a little bit by diversifying it through what our goal is through the workforce.
Yes.
So looking at the workforce.
No one can talk tonight.
Looking at the workforce, and then also looking at ownership opportunities and how we can better diversify the industry by targeting that direction. So, there's initiatives that will get drinkers into beer, which we love. So something that we're very passionate about as well. Friends that we have that are passionate about that too, in terms of diversifying who is actually drinking the beer. And another thought of ours was like, okay, so there's that aspect, but what about the aspect that focuses on introducing people at different levels to craft beer in via employment or via ownership? So that way that effect trickles down to the tap rooms, to the industry as a whole. So the amazing partners that we have, these breweries that we're working with, they've all agreed to bring people in. Yep. So that's one aspect, bringing people in. So that way they've committed to hiring or doing, I was going to say internship, but apprenticeship is the term here. Apprenticeships with people who have expressed interest, paid
by LiquidxHappiness.
Paid by us for people who are interested in getting into the industry and kind of want to just have the opportunity to work inside, working inside the law firm is what let me know I didn't want to be a lawyer. So it's key, and I'm hoping this is the reverse effect. Yeah. But the whole point is that you don't really know unless you get it, and there might be people who are interested in beer just slightly and could push them over the edge or make them interested if they had the opportunity to just be in the environment. So that's something that we're really hoping to achieve with this, but really just diversity at all levels.
Yep.
Diversity and inclusion at all levels. So.
Well said. That's basically it. So in order to do that and to get it going, that's why we did the collaboration beers. We had no input on the beer itself or on the label itself. We didn't want to interfere with that. We said, do what you want. Just call it Link Up, throw the label on there, and agree the logo. And agree, as Tiff said, to become a partner brewery, which would just mean that if we have applicants and people that fit that are identify as by POC, like Black, Indigenous, people of color, then we can they would be down to either hire them if they have an available job, we don't have to force them to hire anybody. And they could come to us, or we could go to them when we have somebody who might work, which I'll tell you about in a sec, because we've actually had a couple of success stories already. And two, to do apprenticeships that we will pay for. So say if we had somebody come to us and they were like, which we have right now. Let me give you an example. This young lady, I won't say her name or anything because we haven't sort of announced it, but she came through. So we have applicants. They go to our website, it's linkupbeer.org, and they can go to the website and there's a form there. They fill out the form. It goes to the wonderful Danielle, who is Jacob from St. Kiem's wife. She is such a kind person, and she interviews the applicants. She is of Haitian descent.
She has
Which-
just great experience already in this field, so it's just fantastic. Like people's
It's
skill
perfect
sets
for
have
it.
all come together very nicely.
It has, right?
in this,
Jacob's a
yeah.
graphic designer.
Yeah.
You know, Tiff and I do the social and the comms.
Mhm.
Chris from Hops and Bros, shouts, you know, you guys will know him, and he also works for
Sankyam.
Sankyam. He does all the videography, photography, websites, and a bunch of other stuff as well. Stephen, who's the accountant from Sankyam, he does all our accounting and the
He's our
actual treasurer. He does all of we're a registered non-profit with the government. Like, everything is legit, which is, you know, some serious shit right here we're dealing with, which is cool. Very cool to be on the board of directors of our own non-profit.
Should add that to LinkedIn.
Fuck, we should.
I actually meant to create a LinkedIn page, so I
Add that
have
to
to
the
add that
list.
to the list.
Great
yeah.
idea, because we could all put that on there.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've got a really great team. So the idea, we had this young lady reach out. She was from South America. She had lived here before. I don't know what her situation is, but she hadn't had experience in brewing, but she had, you know, made fermented beverages, kombucha and stuff like that, and some other native, what she called them? Just like, you know, Colombian drinks that were fermented. And she's looking for, you know, she wants to get some production experience, see if that's what she wants, but she also wanted a job front of house. So essentially, she's moving here to Montreal, and she just arrived, I think, last week. And she was looking for a job at a brewery that had a production facility in it, so she could work front of house and then get some experience and maybe, you know, back of house. So we reached out to one of the, I don't want to say who they are yet, because they're going to be a part of our next series. So we're going to do these collaboration series as of right now, because who knows, things might change, once every 4 months. At the end of kind of every quarter, we're going to do 6 collaboration breweries with beers. We've locked in a few already for this next one. We're going to have to wrap that up and get that going soon, I guess, because they're going to need notice, probably November, December type of thing. And basically, see if we can get her a job, and also, you know, when she's able to do an apprenticeship with the brewery, then, you know, if she's away from her serving or bartending position, then we cover that so that the brewery isn't out, and, you know, she's able to get that experience, and if it works out, then they might even be like, oh yeah, she's really good, she loved it. And we already love her as a you know, front of house stuff.
Yeah.
And we could put her in there, so we would cover that week, and that could lead to it. Another thing, we have a partnership with Cicerone, which has been fantastic, and that leads to our other success story.
Yeah.
We can say it.
Cool.
Actually,
maybe we shouldn't yet.
We haven't announced it on social.
Yeah, it's not on our.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, because we haven't done it yet. We're waiting for the photo.
Yeah.
Essentially, we had a young man from a brewery who's we might have talked about tonight already. And he worked there already, and we have scholarships through Cicerone, who are just so wonderful to work with. They gave us a bunch of scholarships off the rip to be able to give to people immediately and get them started on the level 1, and if they want to go through further levels, then we're going to be able to just cover that through our link up funds, which obviously come from these fundraisers and obviously donations and hopefully government grants and things like that.
Yeah.
So we gave out our first, because I won't put him on blast, because we do announce it via link up first, but yes, we did give out our first scholarship, which was very cool, and it was such a young program.
Yeah.
You know, and people, it was like, to be honest, I can be transparent here, that people kept congratulating us on doing like great work, and we kind of felt like
we haven't started yet. We're just promoting it. Like, please,
we haven't done anything.
Yeah, I was like, I appreciated it.
Yeah, the love
like,
was great.
You feel like you're like an imposter until you actually start doing it. I'm like, no, we need to make sure that like this is an idea and we're happy with it. We're putting it out, but we want to do things first. We want to make sure we're doing stuff for people, and we know that it works. So it's good to actually start bringing people in and getting them into the program. And
it's so
very
important.
happy with the scholarship one as well.
Yeah, that was so cool, and it just made us feel like, wow, this is real, eh?
Yeah, because you just don't know what, and in the end, that's very happy because we're going to just be able to track the path of all these applicants, and just kind of see like where this leads to in the end.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you know, the point, as we said, like if we can get people even on a path to ownership in the end, wherever they end up, even if it ends up being somewhere in like middle management, which is cool. No matter where it ends up being, it's just that we've brought more people into craft beer. It's something that I love. Even when we were talking to Dominion, we were discussing
episode 1 link up series.
Oh, that was episode 1. Yeah. We talked about like how bringing in employees. Dominion's always been great with their diverse initiatives, but bringing in diverse employees actually help to just like it. You see the trickle down. You know, like you see in the end, and it only makes sense. Like, for example, me, like I in the end introduce my friends. My friends go off and they just go and end up drinking beer. Like drinking craft beer where they weren't before. We were only drinking Heineken and Guinness. But me being involved in the industry made me start being a promoter of craft beer, which then in the end puts it in the hands of even up to my mom and my dad are drinking craft beer. Like it's really interesting.
Yeah.
The fact I got these Jamaicans turned over is amazing. Like 50 plus, it's very cool. So, mature.
Mature.
Of a more mature
They're on the
age.
calendar.
Sorry, yeah, they're on the calendar still. So yeah, I don't know. It's definitely that's what we're hoping for, right? It's like one, we're also like increasing, the economic opportunities for people, but in addition to that, then we're also diversifying an industry we love, and then hopefully growing it by that way too.
Yeah. It's something that we honestly, obviously are passionate about. And we believe in all of us who are working on it do. It's in its infancy stage. I keep telling people we're building the plane as we're flying it. None of us know shit about non-profits. We're figuring it out as we go. Mm-hmm. I'm sure we're probably making mistakes, but we're as soon as we learn, we're very quickly pivoting and and trying to make those changes and do it the best as possible. And now we have a bunch of applicants going through the system. Cool. One thing we've learned along the way, we've had a bunch of people, such as this girl I was talking about, and a few others who were already in the industry and they were just looking for positions. And huge shouts to Letitia and the team at Beer Culture, because they have a job board and they've placed so many people through that job board. And we thought we could do the same, at least for Canada primarily, where breweries can just give us their job availabilities and we can pop it on our website and kind of be an intermediary. As in, we're not getting anything or paying for anything to get this person a job at a brewery, but we can be that conduit and we can be that referral point because we know the industry, particularly Jacob and I, who have a lot of the contacts. I mean, you know them too, but it's primarily us. So that we're able to be like, oh, these guys are our partners, let's reach out to them. Yeah. And if either of our partners in Montreal, because we're building this bit by bit, right? If they weren't able to do it, then we know, oh, okay, so you need a brewery that has either a bartending, like a tap room or table service, and they have to have a production brewery that the owners will be comfortable with taking an apprentice. Yeah. And we could think about whichever city they're in, at least Ontario and Quebec. We know those landscapes really well, so we're able to make those connections through the people we know who would be more receptive to us reaching out as opposed to if we reached out cold. So that's the benefit of having people like already in the industry working on it in a formal sense, which is super cool. And
that's what we're talking. The whole point was connecting. When we say we're connecting people to opportunities, so connecting underrepresented communities by POC individuals to opportunities in craft beer. And I like the job boards doing this type of thing, being able to plug that. It's just like we're acting as a plug in a way. And it's like if we do have these connections, so why not utilize them?
Ooh. Sure,
I'm down for that. Yeah, that's cool.
That's a cool idea. I think
cool
the team would be good.
Yeah.
Look at that. See, this is
an
ideas episode.
Guys. Know where you heard it first.
Link up job board, the plug. Okay. So we've really talked about that, and we've really letting people know that that's what's going on. And just as I'm having conversations with breweries, now we're ramping back up into the Adjunct Series whilst we prepare our next season, whatever that would be, because we've got a few ideas. We can go either way. These episodes kind of fill the gaps in between the themed seasons, like we just did the link up one. So we'll have this, doing a bunch of cool interviews, random podcasts, whatever we feel like doing, and then we'll go back into something themed, so on and so forth. So as I'm talking to people, I'll keep mentioning it as well. And a lot of people didn't even know we were behind it. People kept saying
the intention, really,
because we weren't trying to push them out of it, but people would reach out randomly, like, oh shit, it's you guys. That was kind of cool, right? We didn't want to put our faces, particularly we
didn't want to make it like a story about us. Yeah, and there's so many of you.
Well, there's 6 of us and there's 2 black women and 4 white guys with beards. So yeah, sorry,
so
much too many. So we're trying to diversify the board as well. As we go over time, we've got more seats on the board, which will make it will be the people of color will outweigh the
we'll make sure to have a diverse board. But
it's cool.
Yeah, very, very.
So I want to show the different collabs. I have those on. Can you pass me the first one? Dominion. Yep. So the 6 different collabs. So, and this is once again, we had no input in the beer and no input in the label. We just let them do their thing, and it was super cool. So the first one, this was the first week. This is Dominion City. They did a pale ale, a 5% pale ale, kept it in their standard, beautiful, clean design, and they kept it the link up yellow. I think they even made it the exact color. I think it had all Eclipse hops, which was phenomenal. Just such a beautiful beer. People really, really like this one. I love Dominion, and those guys are just some of our favorite humans ever. Obviously, the second one, I just didn't really think about this, but already drinking it. We did the Town link up, which had Citra Mosaic and Vic Secret, as Tiff just said before. Why isn't that? There we go. Their design, super cool, really nice and abstract. The yellow in it as well for link up. Just
So nice,
beautiful.
yeah.
Real fantastic, smooth, tropical.
It's cool what
IPA.
everybody did, like with the can designs and stuff.
I'm so proud of
Yeah,
this. I
it's
can't
really
even
cool.
express how proud
Yeah,
I am that these guys just really came down. They were all so down for it and just, here for what we were doing. And they didn't
Yeah.
they took a chance on us because we talked about it on the episodes if you'll check that out. But like our initial pitch even was kind of like shaky. We didn't have all the information down pat and they still got involved. And these were all, they said to us directly, like they were a bunch of hype breweries really.
Yeah.
That essentially helped put Link Up on the map.
Yeah.
Even though we were all behind it, we all were already kind of known, but having these guys put it out,
Yeah.
very, very cool. Third one, BreWskey here in Montreal, the Haze and Smoothie Gods. They did an 8.5% double IPA with, looks like Strata, Galaxy, and Citra. And their art was very cool.
So cool.
They explained it all. Derek explained it on the pod, connection, shaking hands, the hop guy, their usual scientist dude. Just really, really cool. That was the other thing. Every single one had meaning.
Yeah, I love.
I don't remember all of them.
Yeah, but they all did have meaning, which is very cool.
Yeah.
Too.
That was cool. The fourth week we did with the Gods at Third Moon. They did a 6.5% IPA with, oh shit, does this tell you here? Had 3 M hops, Mistral, Mosaic, and Moteca. That's what it was.
Yeah, because the 3 birds meant something here too.
Yes, I was trying to tell someone the other day about this.
Yeah, I loved that. It's such great attention to detail with that stuff.
Yeah, like the blue jay,
And
the
the
cardinal,
yellow.
and the yellow guy.
Yeah.
They all meant something, and they're all on the shared branches or some shit.
Yeah.
Like we're all from the same
Very
tree,
thoughtful.
but different branches. Stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Very thoughtful.
This was super fire. The fifth one, obviously, Saint-Guillaume Baron. And funny, shouts to Mike Beerbrit. He was like, oh, the fifth one, it's got to be Saint-Guillaume Baron. But he was like, oh, no, but the third one wasn't Third Moon. So we didn't even think about
We should have
it.
done third one.
Did I tell you that? Yeah,
Oh
he said
my
that. Isn't that
gosh!
cool?
Oh, Mike, why didn't we think about
I
that?
know, and I was like, he said that, and like, because we hadn't launched it yet.
Missed
I'm like, God damn it.
opportunity. Damn, missed
I
opportunity.
know. So Saint-Guillaume did they want to switch it up because obviously, everybody so far had done, hazy IPA. This is a 6% Cascadian Dark Ale, essentially a black IPA with, I'm going to check. I forget the hops because I don't always write them on here. And this one was really good. This was really cool
I love this beer.
to switch up.
Yeah, I
eh?
really love this beer.
Saint-Guillaume Baron. Link. No, that was the one I just had. It was just like so smooth. Obviously, like Saint-Guillaume, incredible. Azaka, Chinook, and Simcoe.
Nice.
Real good one. That was phenomenal.
I never really thought to look at them on Untappd. I guess because that wasn't our goal. This was just like they're all good beers. I guess we already knew everyone was going to make good beers, but I just never really thought to think about
check them on that.
because it was more the cause behind it. I was never like, oh, I hope everyone's thinking about the beer. I was just thinking about the cause. I hope they get the causes.
The cause is good. I don't know if
It's
everyone
only
even
when you
really
just built
realized.
it up on Untappd, I was just like, oh yeah,
Like people could
people
actually
look
drink
are
these
good and
beers.
enjoying it and are enjoying it and
Yeah.
which is great. It makes me happy. As you can see, the
Oh
strawberry.
shit!
beer
I know you're
was
trying to
just
keep
a
them
lot
in.
of cans.
Yeah, they're okay. So then the final one, the last week was Brasserie du Bac Canada, and they did a wicked artwork. They did a nice 8% double IPA with Nelson Sauvin, Mosaic, Simcoe, and Amarillo hops. Another meaningful. This was the one episode. Unfortunately, like we said, we weren't able to hook up just yet. We still might be able to get it done. The boys were actually away. It was really bad timing. We were away, so it was hard for us to get the beer. Then as soon as we came back, they left within 2 days of us getting back.
Yeah.
So it was just terrible
See,
timing.
everyone's happy and coming together here as well.
Yeah, there's a bunch of star things and stuff, and I bet you $1,000,000 they would have had a full thing for it. And they used a different.
Link up in here was cool.
Oh, I didn't even see that on the ground. Oh man, that's so sick.
I loved everything.
If Alex Mercier, their artist, did that, Alex is crazy dope. He's really good.
Very cool.
So they did different technique in their typical haze. They used something else that made it a little drier. Oh, okay, yeah.
As well.
Teen adult.
Oh,
Yeah.
I totally
Teen
Frenchified
adult.
this so hard. I'm like, teen adult. Of course, and you're like, teen adult.
Yeah. It's okay.
I'm just trying to add the French.
French it up.
We're in Quebec, okay?
Oh,
I
that's
just immediately defaulted to French pronunciations
man.
because I'm so French. Yeah.
You live in Montreal for a while, you French it up.
Yeah.
So we did, 3 Quebec, 3 Ontario beers, and they were, I'm just really proud of it. Just wanted to really talk about it here in a way. We did talk about it a bit more with the Saint-Guillaume podcast, but just, I don't know, it gives us a bit more freedom, because sometimes I just wasn't sure if our regular viewers or listeners would have checked those out. We tried to keep those episodes shorter and really on point.
To Craig's dismay.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. Even this one, we're trying to keep a little shorter. This was just to ease everyone back into it and just kind of catch up on everything.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, so that was Link Up anyway. So definitely go check that out at Link Up Beer. Follow us everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Check it out. Tell your friends if you have people that you think would be interested in joining the craft beer industry. Holler at us.
Holler. And while we were away on our break, we didn't actually get to talk about this. Tiff, do you want to tell... Do you want me to hold up? Do you want me to tell everyone what we did?
Yes. So we did a collab with some of our most favorite people in the entire planet.
Yeah.
OverHop Canada.
Hey.
Really just like wonderful humans. As you guys already know, we love them to death already. So you already know the vibes. But we did a double dry hopped New England IPA.
Yes. I always forget the hops. I actually knew it off the top of my head before.
With them titled Hello Montreal. I don't know if I said that.
No, we did not. Citra, Zythos, and YAT hops.
That was fun. That was like our outdoor event thing we went to.
That was the only thing we really got to.
Yeah, it's like I feel like the only thing we went to this entire summer.
For the launch, for their first anniversary.
Yeah, it was their first anniversary party. It was so beautiful. Such good vibes.
Yeah,
anyways,
I love those guys so much.
Watch. Yeah, it was so cool to see them.
I'm so proud of this beer too. So we talked to Patty about it ages ago, and she is such a G. She followed up. So okay, guys, talk about the collab. Like, all right, cool, because sometimes you talk about collabs, they don't always come through. Yeah, which is cool. Breweries are busy and stuff, so obviously we've been mates with them for a few years. So we decided to do. I told him I wanted, all the collabs that we've done for BAOS. I've always like zany, crazy shit, glitter beer, and fucking made the cherry ripe.
Yeah, until like this. Well,
it's not even
BAOS, this is Link Up, because I was like, until Link Up,
was
everything was always so wacky and zany. Zany beers.
But I don't count Link Up as our collabs because we didn't have anything to do. Like we didn't even tell them what to do.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah,
they could literally do anything.
Yeah.
So with this one, I was like, yo, we always do crazy shit. I want to make a beer that people would like line up for. And I know they've been stepping up their haze, and they were really trying to make New England IPAs of like a higher standard. They've been getting better and better as they had their own brewery and really kind of dialed it in. So I was like, all right, let's do some shit like Trillium, and none of them had Trillium. They're like, oh, can we get it? I'm like, well, it's not super easy. You'd have to know someone in the area, Massachusetts, to get it and send it. So they happened to have a mate in Boston who sent them out a bunch of cans. We weren't able to be there for the tasting, but they all tried it. And they're like, oh yeah, I get it. Okay. Because I wanted that bright, not the sort of dankness that like Treehouse does, but like that real bright, like orange juice, like pineapple juice type of shit that Trillium
does. Yeah.
So they went and we chose the hops. I was just throwing some. I can't remember what other hops. I threw a bunch of ones out there, not necessarily because I wanted those particular hops. I forgot there was one that was a new one, and it was hard to get. It was crazy expensive or some shit.
Yeah.
So whatever. So they came up with these hops. And I was like, all right, that's great. And we called it Hello Montreal, which is actually the intro song to my album called Steps to the Peak that I did in 2013, which is my love letter to Montreal. Mm-hmm. And because we met at the Palais du Congrès here in Montreal, the can art, for those who might not be able to be watching, be able to see, it's essentially it mimics the Palais du Congrès, which is a bunch of colorful windows. Yeah, that's cool, right?
Look at all the detail in the story behind that.
Isn't that crazy, though?
Yeah.
And then even then, they've also got like a little shadow of the skeletons in the background. The skeletons are kind of their thing, so they kept that in there. But yeah, so it was a place we first met, which is where they hold Mondial de la Bière, which is, we met there, the girls there, and Ricardo, and Rodrigo, the whole team, in 2018. And we've sort of been mates ever since, because they were between Toronto and Montreal, and so were we. So we were all, they made their kind of, we were already living here, but we were there so often at the time. Mm-hmm. And they all moved, end up, totally relocating here permanently.
Yeah, building their brewery here.
Building the brewery. I'm just really proud of them, and I'm honored to have done this. Code? Oh, shit, yeah. So we made a playlist, and we put a QR code on the can, just on the side here, and I put together a playlist of all Montreal artists. So just a bunch of dope Montreal artists, obviously, I'm on there, and Jonathan Emile, the homie and a few other friends that I know make super dope music.
Yeah.
And a bunch of my favorite Montreal artists on there, and it's, a lot of people keep listening to it, which is great.
Yeah, very
I'm really happy.
Yeah.
So, I thought that was a cool addition. That was Patty's idea to do a playlist, so, put that together, and this was a really fun collab, once again. It's been a big year for collabs for us. We've done a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Did the Echo Session Ales, the Love Dust with Broadway as well. That was the second year in a row. We did, even before that, we did the Rorschach Decken and Az, the Cherry Ripe beer.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Which was amazing.
That was great, yeah.
Then we did the We did this. I think just after this, we did the L'Espace Public Bière de Vacances. It was the 3rd year running, which I'm super, super proud of. I love that just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
I told Simon, like, indefinitely.
Make it forever.
Yeah, don't ever. Because he was asking me every year, we cool. And that's why I love Simon. Because
Yeah.
he didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
He pays for it. We didn't get no money. I don't know if people know how collabs work, but it's like a
You have the
marketing
option.
effort.
Depends how you want to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to ask,
Yeah.
even though we all came up with the beer. I just love that respect. So I had a chat with him the other day. We're working on another variant right now for the holidays, which I'm excited about.
Variant just doesn't feel like a word anymore that you really get to.
Oh, you're right. Oh, so what do we call it?
I know,
Version?
version. I think now it's just, variant's just
Jesus
not
Christ,
the,
you're so right. Oh, that's
it
awkward.
was like Trump.
Yeah, right? You kind
just
of ruined
you
it.
can't say anymore. So we're working on another version of the beer.
The beer for the
Yeah.
holidays. I actually forgot what it was. There's some pretty fun fruits on there, and oh no, I remember now. It's a good one. It's still pretty bright and summery, really, but it's going to be lit. So I'm excited for that. We have that one coming up.
Higher ABV, right?
Higher ABV, yes, because this is a 4%, the existing one, and that's definitely going to be a higher one. So I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be around next month. I think it's next month, October. Yeah, October 2021. Now, this Friday, I might as well say it. I don't know when they're going to say what it is. Well, they're kind of we have a collab dropping this Friday. So this is coming out. We're recording this the day before this podcast comes out. This is Tuesday. Podcast comes out tomorrow. This Friday, our next collab comes out with Nickel Brook. We've already talked about it. The gods at Nickel Brook. This is such a big deal for us. They were...
Nickel Brook is legendary.
Legendary Ontario brewery. When my good mate Scott, BAOS, original co-host, him and I did a trip. We must have talked about it, but we did a trip to Burlington. Was it? Yeah, it was when they were in Burlington still. In 2011,
Burlington, Ontario, for Americans listening.
Yes, because great point. Thank you. And it was we were already drinking Nickel Brook. We used to buy them in the LCBO and shit. So we thought, we went on a trip when you went to Jamaica. I think it was that trip. Yeah. And we went up to went there. And John Romano, who's one of the co-founders with his brother Peter, and I think there was some other people, he was there. And we'd never really, we'd been to a few breweries and stuff. We were pretty new to it all. And he took us down. He was like, "Oh, you guys want a tour?" I'm like, yeah. So we went downstairs. He showed us the whole thing. Like, fuck, all right, cool. And then he gave us a bunch of low fills of the Green Apple Pilsner that they had at the time, which was a very popular beer that they were doing. And we bought a bunch of beers, and we just left a real mark on there because we were like, wow, this is what beer people are like. Hey, this is fucking awesome. And it really, showed me what the industry is all about. And I kind of loved it. I mean, I was already loving it, but that trip really made me like, wow, this is, people are cool as shit.
Yeah.
So, nearly, a decade later.
Oh, wow.
2011.
Wow.
Like August 2011.
Literally
because you were in Jamaica.
Yeah. That's a decade later.
Jesus Christ. That's amazing.
We gotta put that in the story.
Yeah, we have to do that in the story. So
I
reached out. I guess I didn't talk. Should I talk about it or not? I don't know how much we're allowed to say.
No, we're probably going to do a podcast and then talk about it in the podcast. All right. So, stay tuned, guys.
Yeah, so, the collab came about. I probably won't say any more. I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going to happen. If you've seen if you go to Nickel Brook's Instagram, you'll see the teaser. They put together a wicked teaser.
Fun posts. They're so cool.
We're bringing back one of the old beers.
Yeah.
I pitched them an idea. We ended up tweaking it a bit, but they were down for it, and I'm just honored that they would be willing to work with us. It's just so cool. They are such a phenomenal bunch of people, and they just have a real, those breweries that you just you have a soft spot forever for them, and that is definitely one for us. So that's really exciting. So this is like I'm saying, big year of collabs. So we have all that coming up.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Someone actually commented and was exactly just said what it is.
They guessed it? Okay, on the post?
Yeah, on the post there.
Okay, cool. Do you want to hold the post up to the screen? Just to make it...
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, people. Let's see if I can tap it. Yeah, it's kind of hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, no. Why does it only work at the side of the screen?
I know, it's because of all the light on it.
You can see the BOS logo, you can see an empty can with an apple sticker on it, and you can see a bunch of green apples.
That's why I can't wait till when we have a large podcast set.
And we can just have a computer.
Who's just dedicated to putting this stuff up on the screen. We
have aspirations, guys. We have aspirations.
Oh, we got aspirations.
I can't wait.
Just wait. just wait and see.
So that's going to be great. I can't wait to try that beer. I'm genuinely stoked about it. It's just the coolest thing in the world to us.
So cool.
So we have that coming up. So that's pretty cool. So Tiff had an idea for a new segment that we could do on one of these.
Yeah, it was just something we were talking about.
Yeah, just trying to switch it up. Do you want to get the next beer? Oh, yeah, you share that.
Yeah.
And do you want to explain what the segment is? I'll grab the next beer.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
So,
cool.
you
2
know,
seconds.
guys, it's like a segment that's like pretty much a work in progress. I was just saying
Just a
that
test.
I just wanted to test things out. So you guys all know that we did this episode on
Excuse me.
we did this episode on Untappd and whether like it was good for the craft beer industry, basically.
Yeah, that was...
That was a
Was
fun
that with
one.
Nate?
Not a podcast episode, I should clarify.
The
This was like
YouTube,
on our YouTube channel. So if you're not checking us out on YouTube, check out youtube.com/. What
BAOS.
is it called? BAOS podcast.
And it's BAOS, not BAOS. People keep asking. I bet people
I like
watch
the
and they
BAOS. I
don't
like
know.
the BAOS.
The BAOS is pretty funny.
Because it reminds me of what's the beautiful Korean, not Korean.
Bao?
Yeah, it reminds me of Bao.
No,
So I'm assuming that's what
the
the Vietnamese. I think that's why people though
It
are
is.
saying it because that's like how it's spelled there. So they're just
Yeah.
like, oh, and there's an S.
There's Ness. So it's
Yeah,
like
so
why.
there you go.
By the way, we're just going to crack the BreWskey link up.
Yeah.
It's not showing up in there. Okay. This is the 19th of August, so it's about a month old. That's pretty good. I don't know why in my head I thought these were all ancient and I
Yeah,
thought
'cause he
things
was
might
like,
have
I
been
don't
dead.
know how things are gonna hold up.
Yeah, they
You know,
go.
everything. Okay, so basically we talked about the fact that Untappd can get completely out of hand. So we were just interested in seeing like what is the type of stuff that people are saying on Untappd. You
Yeah.
know?
And there's a very convenient more Instagram account, but also on Twitter here. I don't know if I should bring up the Instagram account instead of the Twitter. Is that
Oh,
easier? Is that
yeah,
more?
up to you. I'm on the tweeter.
You're on the Twitter at all?
Yeah.
Oh, can we do the Twitter?
Oh my gosh, this one's good. Sorry.
Okay, so we're gonna show you. We're actually got a whole thing on the screen. Do you want to just pour this beer first,
Yeah,
and
sure.
we'll do the photo? Ah, freaking S-hole! I spilt it.
What'd you do?
Yeah, I just spilt it. I don't know why I decided to center myself. Like all of a sudden, this podcast we don't cuss. This is kind of weird.
Oh
to
my
just,
gosh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's probably all the high season content.
Yeah, we're doing a lot. Just before this, we filmed the high season video. That's our
And
agency.
we don't swear.
Check us out.
We
No,
don't
we don't
swear
swear
in
at all. All right. Do you want to?
Yeah, upward.
Oh, you can pour. Ooh. No, but you need to take a photo.
Oh yeah, take a picture of me
Oh,
pouring.
look at this, guys. Look at this.
Something new. Look at that. Something
Inception
different.
content. All right. Oh yeah. Wait. Because I'm looking at the light. Oh yeah. There we go.
Sorry guys, Craig is currently positioning the camera
Oh, you see that? Yes.
as we pour the BreWskey beer into a glass.
Yes. Okay, I think these are pretty fire. So,
Yeah, quite fire.
fire flames. So, what were we talking about? Fuck, I forgot. Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of cool to just kind of ramble. I forgot that we allowed to do this. It's been so. I feel like it's been a while.
Yeah, since we can
since
ramble
we've been
our
able,
heart
yeah, just talk all the shit in the world that we want to talk. Like it's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I got like beer on my fingers, little bitch.
Okay, so we don't know how we're doing this though. So I'm
No, I'm
allowed
sure how
to
to do
start
it.
reading stuff out.
Yeah, but I'm going to show it on the screen.
'Cause
So
this
we
one is,
have
like,
a
ridiculous.
Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do, we have a different screen. So for those who are listening, you probably won't. We're still going to read it out. Oh, what I'm going to do here? Can I change this? Why is it like? See, this goes to the screen thingo.
Yeah, I'm surprised you can't change it.
I must be able to. I don't know how to do
Yeah,
it.
because when we're doing high season stuff, we're always that camera.
What does this do?
Craig is also just looking at ways of how to.
To change it's
preview
going to
mode?
the.
Is it that editing thing?
If I hit that, I know what's going to do if I mess with it though. That's my only problem. Show current application. Yeah, that's right. But I want to go. Ugh, fuck. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Let's
Okay.
just keep it going.
I was just thinking because this has a little edit pencil button. I thought that meant that maybe.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, see what happens.
Back to. I don't know. Oh, now it's stopped. Or is it stopped?
It was recording still.
Back to live mode. I don't know what the hell. See?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to
Okay.
mess with that. Let's just do this and we'll figure it out another time. So, it's called UntappdWTF. Basically, it's a bunch of shit people, like on Untappd, and people have been posting about they're ridiculous Untappd check-ins that are just like laughable. So it's kind of like a don't drink beer, worst beer blog type of situation. You know, worst beer blog left, which has left a large gap in the market. Close all the accounts and disappeared.
Why?
Yeah. Can't remember. It was months ago. 6 months ago?
Wow, 6 months ago, really?
Yeah. Anyway, cheers.
I wonder why. I'm just curious, actually.
I honestly, if
They were
anyone,
lols.
people will remember, get that in
Yeah,
there.
they were low. It's not like that Ontario craft beer expert dick from before.
Yeah, fuck that guy. That still holds up.
Or a girl, we don't know who it was.
It
But
is definitely a dude. I don't like that person, whoever that was.
yeah.
If anyone knows who the Ontario craft beer expert was, 'cause we had a bit of beef with them. They were just a dick to us all the time for no reason. We didn't do
To
anything.
so many people, though, like so much that they had to close their account. They did literally
That's true.
what
People did
what's
do
your
it.
name said to Trump to do. And
Yeah, that's
close
true.
their account.
They specifically attacked us. I don't even know why. That's why I thought it was. We had a few theories. We had a few people who had theories, but
We had the
became,
best theories. One day we should still try to do. Oh my gosh, it would be so.
I don't want to
fun.
give them any publicity.
This is why we need like more time in life, because like I would have loved to do a documentary like style investigation and
on like who it was.
and like research, talk to people and be like, so what do you think?
It'd have to be screenshots now, obviously. 'cause
Yeah.
nobody counts about that.
That would have been fun, actually.
That would have been a
It
good
would just
one.
would have been interesting because that was like such a mystery at that time,
Yeah, it was definitely a weird time in Ontario craft beer. So, a couple of fun ones. I like this one. So this is someone who's drinking a barrel-aged hazelnut Imperial Stout, and their comment is, super tasty, love this stout, need a BA version of this. And they're drinking the BA version of this.
Yeah.
Dickhead. That's pretty good.
I have one I like.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to... Oh, this one's pretty good, or is
No,
this
that
one too
one's
hectic?
awful.
I'm not saying that? All
That
right.
one's a bit.
Anything here?
No.
No? Do you want to
Well, let's
drive
read
the
them out
bus?
and see.
Or...
Let's read them. Drive the bus.
That's what we call it.
Let's read them and see. That
Yeah.
one was just very naughty. The one before that.
Okay.
So.
So this one, someone's drinking a chopping wood German Pilsner from Mountains Walking. And they said 3.9 overall, which would be 5 on the Pilsner scale. So it's a Pilsner already. So
Yeah.
there's some special people. That's pretty dumb.
Must let it warm.
This one?
Yeah.
So you read it out because you're going to do it for
Must
me.
let it
But
warm.
hang on, wait. Tell them what the brewery is first so you give them
Okay, so
context.
this is a bourbon barrel-aged Dark Star Coffee Edition 2018 from Fremont Brewing. It's a stout. And this person is Untappd at home. Good for you. And they say, must let it warm. Perfectly executed. Excellent mouthfeel of oatmeal throughout. Smooth, clean, plus good thickness. Dark, bittersweet chocolate throughout. Coffee is light bitter and flows well with dark cho. Barrel well integrated with age. No burn. While perfectly executed, would have preferred one more adjunct in finish to give complexity and bump to 4.5.
Wait, that was already
They would have
4.25.
given it a 0.5.
0.25 more.
0.25 more.
With one more adjunct.
This one's awful. Go to the next one.
The next one. Yeah, these guys are pretty crazy. Like, the fact that these exist.
These were
is
so
just-
intense.
This one?
Like, so, yeah. From Benny the Beer Belly
Oh, Benny, what do you have to say?
on the Huger. Do you know how you pronounce it? Huger?
Hugo
Street
probably?
IPA
From
from Palmetto Brewing Company. He says, terrible. It's like they squeezed a fat person's sweat from a Walmart scooter seat and fed it to a skunk who barfed it through a tire fire into a beer can. Wow. Wow.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Oh, that is impeccable.
That is like, that's Cartman Yelp, like freaking
Wow.
next level.
I like
next
these
level.
type of descriptions.
That's just so
though.
descriptive.
That's
I'm gonna Say, see,
amazing.
I think we're gonna have to do something where we collect all of our favorites and read them out, because that is like would be the winner of the day.
The thing is, though, I don't know how they find these things, and I don't really
I mean,
use
scrape them
Untappd. Like,
from their Twitter account.
oh, right. Rather than just kind of like go through.
Yeah, because that is next level.
I'll click on a couple here.
Like, what do you mean? There's just so many things. I love when people think that deep into things, like sweat from a Walmart scooter seat and fed it to a skunk who barfed it through a tire fire into a beer cake. Like, whoa, my goodness. Listen, I don't really even think that Untappd. I go back and forth on Untappd because, like, I think it's like can really cause a lot of anxiety for breweries, which I don't like at all.
Yeah.
But some of that's comedic gold or something.
That's
That's
pretty
just like
fucking
comedic
good.
gold.
Like,
yeah.
honestly, that's pretty impeccable.
Yeah.
This one's pretty good.
Purchased at Bissell Brothers Brewing Co.
It's a Give What You Have by Bissell Brothers, a IPA. And the comment is 4.15. Then in the comments...
So he rated it 4.15, and someone put, isn't 4.15 closer to 4.25? And then Tim says, yeah, but I can't help the rating go up. That'd be deceiving. That's just like so intense.
Like, this is how...
I think this was good enough to be a 4.15, but nowhere
near a 4.25. Like, come on.
No way could it be a 4.25.
Because that'd be deceiving.
Yeah. I don't want to deceive anybody with that.
Oh. Well, this one looks like it's going to be pretty dumb. So this is a Hazy Like Sunday Morning by BrewHeads.
That's a cool name.
It is, actually. The person who checked in on this says, some consumption advice. I actually never see someone write this
Consumption advice.
Yes, it's light. Yes, it's not a double IPA. It's a session IPA, 4.9%.
Yes, it's not a double IPA.
Yes, it will fall short behind a triple IPA when you are drinking along the Untappd hit list. Like, obviously. Yes, you can drink way more than one and you will still be able to spell your name. Yes, if you think it's watery and a disappointment. When you finish 3 doubles and a barrel-aged stout just before, please keep it to yourself. We don't want to know because we don't care.
Okay.
And then they actually listed the malt and the hops. So why would you drink a session IPA right after
that'd be very
3
silly.
double IPAs and a barrel-aged stout? Like, that's... A double IPA typically is 8% plus.
Yeah,
so
that's
3 8% beers, which would fuck the average person up, plus a barrel-aged stout, unless he shared them. Or he or she, I don't want to say, you know. And then a fucking session IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the world is such a hilarious place. Untappd can really be like YouTube comments.
Yeah, I feel like when reading this, it kind of makes you understand a little bit more about why breweries or some certain people get kind of really pissed about. Oh,
this one was good.
The doctor one?
This one's classic Untappd.
The doctor one?
Yeah.
So this is called...
Doctor.
By the Brewtorium. Doesn't say what style, but the comment says...
It's like, is that a 1.75?
That's... Yes. Or
1.7...
No, even look how less. I bet it's one of those... Because when you... Oh, just so you know, the average person with a free account gets to only rate every 0.25. If you pay, you can do 0.1.
Because I've not paid.
Yeah, so that's probably 1.9, 1.8. Okay.
And the comment is, I don't even like beer.
It's amazing. The picture looks like a Pilsner.
Downloaded
Untappd. No, I pay for Untappd.
And I paid.
I mean, that's probably just
funny.
To
tell people I don't even like beer.
Well, here we go. Oh my... I just saw the first line of this one.
Ooh.
So this is Some Velvet Morning Oat Cream Stout, Sunday Road Brewing. This beer reminds my son Brendan of his circumcision. I hope he reads this in 20 years' time. Me, I like this beer. I don't remember my circumcision.
What is this world? What does that even mean, sir? Richard. What
Richard S. I like
Richard's at the bottle, though.
At the bottle, oh yeah, fucking could be.
One of your mates, for sure.
Doesn't, Sunday Road, it doesn't look like it could be Aussie, but if maybe like there's some places that are trying to be Aussie.
What does look like it could be Aussie mean?
Oh, the person?
Yeah, like that store doesn't look like it could be Aussie.
Nah, right? Yeah, nah. Alright. I think this is his actual own Untappd check-ins.
Okay.
And they're being pretty zany in the thing, but I guess we're not looking at people. Someone...
See, this is what's ridiculous. So Matt M. drank Pineapple Market Day IPA from Eastern Market Brewing Co. and says, it's really good, but I deducted 0.25 because it's a session. LOL. But do you see that's what we were talking about? Yeah. Like, you might not like a beer, and you're like, I don't really like Pilsner 0. So like 1.
Yeah, right? Fuck
like,
off.
What? Not my style. 1.5.
Right?
This doesn't even have anything attached to it, but my goodness, but nobody can see it, so it's...
Well, the people, like, not nobody, obviously we have people watching.
Okay, sorry, but I mean, audio people can't see it. Yeah.
So, it's a Mort Subit White Lambic, which is actually, you know, like a Belgian Lambic, who I love all their fruited ones. I didn't know they did regular ones. And it's in a glass that is arguably the dirtiest beer glass of all time. The whole thing is just bubbles. It actually kind of makes me want to retch just looking at it.
It's actually so nasty.
That's enough. Like, I don't think I've ever seen one that
glass? Bad. Beer glass, police. Am I right or am I right?
Fucking wanker. This one cracked me up, actually, because it was today, 3 years ago, we dropped the episode with this brewery, Von Trapp in Vermont, which I missed terribly. Fuck, I missed
that. Was nice.
Someone checked into their Oktoberfest, which is actually something I want to talk about soon. And they said, not too much pumpkin, which is great. In their Oktoberfest beer. Oh, people.
I love it. Respect.
This is pretty fucking good. Okay, this one's pretty... Okay, I don't know if you understood why I saw this earlier. So someone checked into Saison DuPont. Literally the fucking textbook Saison. It does not get more Saison than this. Someone gave it 3.25 and said in the UK, and they said, not wholly convinced this was a saison, but they checked. I don't know what they checked means. Probably the bar, because it said it was bought at could be a bar. Possibly being gaslit here, as this isn't much like any other occasion I've had. Wheaty, tad cardboardy. Sweet? Half. And I gave it a 3.25.
I'm being gaslit here.
Imagine being gaslit.
Yeah.
Saison, if you know anything about beer, like, this is like the fucking... Yeah. It doesn't get... Like, this is hilarious. So, once again, this is helping us understand the frustration. Because I always stood up for Untappd, because I use it in a really... Okay, this is a good one too. I use it in a more, just like a documentation way. If I want to say, oh, have I had it? Or when did I have it last? It's all there.
Yeah.
Like, it's so helpful. But anyway.
Yeah.
Kathy B. Tell us about Kathy B, babe.
I hope this is on accident. On purpose.
Wow.
Oh, that's on purpose.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Do your research. You can kind of see that on the screen on the comment on the right there.
So Kathy B at Anchor Bar says, I was drinking Let's Go Pills, a community from Community Beer Works in New York City. I really miss New York.
Tell me about it.
And she says, don't believe the name. It's a lager. Oh, Kathy B. I think that's enough of what you... It's actually hilarious because it says lager American Light.
Even in the category, yeah.
So it's just, hey guys.
Here we go. Maybe we can...
That's like drinking a stout and being like, don't believe what they said.
Don't believe it's a porter.
I don't... Anyways, okay. Scat Fever. I love the names of beer. Names are always the best. And this from...
Garagiste?
Yeah,
Meadery? Oh, excuse me.
Coffee tastes weird as FK. Like the sweat dripping from a monkey's balls pressed with coffee beans. Well,
how does anyone know?
I gotta say though, if you real talk about coffee beans, it's really just cat poo. So, that's that special coffee.
The civets.
So I was like, one of those highest tier types of coffee is the one that comes out of a cat's bottom.
A civet.
So yes,
CIVET.
There you go. Which
I don't know if it's
which Scott got for us one time, and it was delicious. You didn't like it too much. I really liked it. It was just like so.
A civet is like I thought it was like a primate type of being, not a cat. Maybe it was like a cat. Was it like a cat? Either way, there's this like animal that eats the coffee cherries and then shits out the beans, and then they get all the beans from the shit and then they roast it up. Yeah. So our friend, Scotty brought it back.
And it was really good.
Shout out to Scotty.
Hey, it's actual National Coffee Day, speaking of it.
Is it? Gang. Don't do this one. And maybe we can do a couple more and then we can wrap it up. Maybe we'll do this one. So this one, you tell us about this one.
This one's from Vestigial Structures. What is breweries? Right. Hilarious. Good Word Brewing in Public, probably House.
Yeah.
This person says, hoppy and bitter with a slight hint of malty, but not enough to bother me since I'm not a fan of malt. Good old school flavor.
Pretty interesting. If you're not a fan of malt and you're drinking craft beer and checking in on a craft beer checking app.
I'm not really a big fan of malt, barley, hops.
Not into that, but
not a big fan of water either. But this beer, she does what she needs to do.
Not into yeast.
Galaxy. Okay, I like that. Galaxy from Block 15 Brewery. Block 15.
No, it's Block 3.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah.
I have zero knowledge to back this up, but the first thing that came to my mind after the first sip was, this beer uses Simcoe hops. Take that as you may.
Oh my goodness.
Taking the piss. I feel like you're just taking the piss.
You think so? Oh, okay. Well, you know what?
I hope so.
It's probably taking the piss.
You have to be, right?
Like, it's probably taking the piss.
Because that's hilarious.
That's fucking hilarious.
People are great.
Are we done or don't do any more?
Like, honestly, if we were going and we were giving everybody 5 stars, it would be funny. Oh my gosh, what's this person's problem?
Exit strategy pale ale. Someone says 0.25. Tastes like discrimination. That is unpalatable.
Wow. Maybe they have a problem?
I mean...
Maybe they're not good people.
Oh, maybe the brewery is? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know what? So, yeah. That's a pretty fun Twitter account. They have a shouts to these guys. We should get them on. That might be fun one time to get like a random like.
What makes it go and curate and have a good time with all?
Yeah,
that stuff.
there's a lot of fun people who do some wild ass shit. That was fun. A little bit something different. Nice idea. That's Tiff's idea for a little segment.
Thanks. Yeah, well, we're still polishing it up and seeing. Want to introduce segments, at least when I'm on it.
Yeah.
You know, to spice things up.
Well, we were thinking about.
Interesting, you know?
You actually did say we should do that for the regular. If we were having interviews with people, we should do a little segment. So it's kind of a bit more like fucking around. We learned about the brewery.
I have to
and
think
blah.
more on how this would be implemented. But yes, guys, it's something that I've been kind of tossing up as if there is a way to introduce maybe segments or have the people that we interview be involved in topics. In a way, like getting a perspective on it. Was it hot topics?
Do you know what it is? It's like what we do on our other podcast, on Bad Habits. Whenever we have guests, they just talk about the same shit.
Yeah, they're just part of it.
Yeah.
So I think there's something to be said about that. That's interesting. And like H3, the guest kind of just comes in and is talking a lot. So I think there's a cool way to do that. Just having like they're podding with us for that time. Literally like a guest. Just like a guest co-host.
If you guys have any thoughts, I love the idea. Yeah. If we've been talking about this for a bit, we're just trying to like spice it up, both for us because we don't want to get bored, and for y'all, change it up, right? Because a friend told us in the industry who's been on the podcast, and they were like, well, they don't check the podcast where they don't know the person or they're not familiar with the brewery, which I imagine is sort of how it works.
Which is exactly how I respond to podcasts,
If I'm looking through Joe Rogan, I'd listen to the people that I know about or whatever, right?
Yeah, at least know up to an extent. You're like,
and you can say that for know up to an extent. Yeah. Like the girl I'm listening to right now, the North Korean chick, I don't know nothing about her, but I heard her story is crazy, so I'm listening. But point being, if you guys have any thoughts on like segments that you'd like to see, I mean, maybe there is just some sort of topic. We just come up with topics and then be like, all right, we got the interview. You do the interview for like 30, 45 minutes or something. And then be like, all right, now we talk shit.
Yeah.
It's always a work in progress. That's the beauty of all this, right? That we can fuck around. So that was fun. So what else do we have to talk about? Oh, yeah. We were talking about fall and Oktoberfest beers just basically. So right now we're in fall. We had the person who was upset that the Oktoberfest beer couldn't taste the pumpkin, so they weren't upset, they were happy they couldn't taste the pumpkin. Are you into all that stuff? How do you feel about pumpkin beers and stuff? No?
Not really so much.
No team pumpkin?
Yes, like you can see, you're all about the pumpkin spice lattes, and I'm not really there yet. But it's fine. I enjoy like the blends of the. I love fall. There's no question about it. I wouldn't say that I hate it. I'm not like against or anything. Like I would not say that I'm against. Okay. It's just not like what I'm running to. I think like during the season, I'm running to like coffee stouts. I just like jump right
straight
in.
Away.
I jump right in. Like I don't even pass. Yeah, I don't.
No pumpkin.
Don't go to jail. Don't just pass go.
Straight door.
Whatever. Yeah, just go straight to it. So, yeah. But I'm not against them. I'm not against them at all. I would love if there was like some type of like stout that was like a muffin-y, pumpkin-y muffin thing or something like
pumpkin
that.
Muffin stout?
Like it was like a dense type of stout
you could get. A pastry stout?
Yeah, Even though like I guess our pastry stout's gone now. What's happening there?
No, they're alright.
So if someone was making a pastry stout that was kind of like cakey in a way and had like that pumpkin cake spice thing going on.
Boys.
Third moon. Hey, looking at you. Maybe the storm. I would be very down for something like that. Yeah,
okay.
I'd be down for that. But yeah, so yeah, not against them. But yeah, I kind of just go straight to the stout season when things get cold. There you go. I know, it would be nice, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you should hit somebody up and see.
That's a good collab. That's probably a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yo, I love that.
Yeah.
Third Moon did a pumpkin spice. I don't know if it was. I imagine it was this time last year. They did their bestowed series of pastry stout. They did last whatever. Maybe it was after we did the podcast and they sent that over, and that was pretty. But it wasn't like a cakey one. It was just like the spices.
Okay. Yeah.
In like their regular sort of dark chocolatey type of stout, which was I really enjoyed that one. It was intense, but like a cakier version. If it would be cool if you could do that. Yeah, I like that idea.
So
I've been really excited for the Crispy Boys. I got a wicked Stein, like a 1.5 liter. Maybe it's fucking massive from Belgel. They do it on Oktoberfest. I think it was like last weekend, and they sent over they did a collab with Ildegard. I'm gonna fuck it up. It's like a Polot movie, the Czech amber lager.
Yeah.
So I put it in there, and the Stein is like this big, and it filled up like 2 inches of the thing. I was like, I wanted to fill the whole Stein up.
Yeah, we need like 4 beers in there.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Crispy Boys are just my weak point right now. I just love them so dearly. And
I
the
love Crispies
Oktoberfest.
for sure. Always.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But the Oktoberfest Crispies
You're
are
digging.
like that one. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
heavy. Like the Marzens and like the, all that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for some of those. I think I'm going to need like 3 or 4 cans or something and pop it in that bad boy and just sip on that for a bit.
Yeah.
Might be a bit weird because it might go warm.
I was wondering if we get warm.
Maybe I just got to neck it.
Yeah, you got to drink it a pretty good
I just
pace.
kind of like got too much other stuff to drink, so I didn't really consider that. But
Yeah.
maybe that would be nice.
Wait, gotta say, when I was just looking at what was that beautiful place in Vermont that we went to that the guy was drinking the beer from?
Von Trapp?
Yeah, just
Oh my God.
thinking about
It
that.
actually kinda pissed me
that's,
off to
like,
even think
beautiful.
about it, to
Yeah,
be
that's like a beautiful time, and that's gorgeous, well-crafted beers that are just flawless.
Some of the
crispy,
best, right?
Flawless crispy beers. Wonderful.
I think even when we went, we didn't have the same level of appreciation.
Even did
we
not
did,
respect
right?
it the same way. And, like,
But I
and
think
was
it might have
already
been a
incredible
turning
then.
point for us, eh?
Yeah, they were delicious. It's just like you can really taste something well made. I love that. I love those types of beers because it just feels like it's that beer there, just in front of you, and it's delicious. No, it's like it's naked or something like that. It's just like you just enjoy it as is or something. I don't know. It's weird.
That's a good way to look at it.
I don't know. It's so
You
weird.
can't
I don't know
hide,
how to
so it's
describe it
naked,
because it just feels like you're just like, oh, I'm tasting everything in this beer or something. I don't know. It's weird.
That's a cool description.
It's delicious.
I like that.
The naked for
Yeah,
drinking.
that's great. That's really good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Fuck, I might talk to Rob and see if we can get me some.
Oh yeah, Rob could probably.
We don't probably definitely could, but like, oh man, I'm dying for some Crispies. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I want to shout out Four Origins here in Montreal. The boys did their regular, I think we're at 3rd year running. They did, it's called Nightmare with a K, like K Nightmare, and it's a pumpkin porter, which they do every year. It was fantastic, like 6%.
Hope it's not too much pumpkin. Yeah.
I hope I can barely taste the pumpkin.
Hopefully you can barely taste it.
Barely taste the pumpkin.
Yeah.
And the second one they did, the reason I got hold of it, they did a PSL stout. But no, I'm so sorry, take that back. They did a pumpkin spice latte beer, but he said it's more like a blonde ale with a fuck ton of lactose, coffee, and the spices. And apparently it's great. So I'm looking forward to it. I was going to drink that the other night. We've got one pumpkin little thing there. I wanted to buy some of the little mini pumpkins for the photos. I didn't want to just like post a photo of their pumpkin beers without a
Okay, so we got to cop some. We have our other
pumpkin.
pumpkin.
We have that, like a nice little ceramic pumpkin.
Yeah,
that's kind of
that's why I
pretty.
brought her out
Yeah, you
here.
put it forward for the fall.
I was like, ooh, it's fall now.
Oh, we're waiting till
Bring
the
it to the
Christmas.
front.
Probably wait
Bring
till
it to the
December
front,
1st. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah, I fuck with fall, man. Like summer's been like
Fall
it's
is
been like
great.
an
Love
intense
fall. Favorite
best
season.
drip of the year.
Favorite season.
Except for
A
the rain.
warm fall, if it's a warm fall.
It's a warm
not the
fall.
rain fall. If you're getting like a 15, 17 fall, that's a great time. I'm happy with that.
Because we're in the shorts and all the same clothes all fucking summer long. It's
Yeah,
like,
so
got a
it's just
little
like you're
exotic.
hot and you're trying to wear the least things, and then like you're sweating, so you don't even want to wear like
Sticky
nice
all the
things.
time.
It's just,
3
like,
showers
awful.
a day.
Fall, you just get to put on a cute scarf and live your life. Put on some boots, live your life. Call it a day.
Yeezys.
Yeah.
Yeezys.
Of course.
Oh, the drip, guys. You didn't know about the drip. I didn't even talk about it here because I guess
Yeah,
people
that's
don't
for the
care.
TMF podcast. You can go
That's
check
true.
it out.
Yeah, you go check that out if you want to hear about it. If you're into shoes.
Yeah.
Mate, the drip is vicious. But yeah, I'm looking forward to sort of like dripping and going to do some leaf peeping. Maybe next week we'll go do some leaf peeping.
Yeah, I
up
saw
at Trumbull.
Patty from OverHop was sharing some
Where'd she go?
insane photos, which made me
She goes fucking
concerned that we
everywhere.
need to go ASAP. Because,
think so? Maybe
We
we
should
go,
see-
should we go on the weekend? Or can we wait till next
Maybe
week?
we should go this weekend.
I'm fucking
and
down.
Get a car.
We have tons of enterprise points. I forgot to tell you.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, like when I say tons, is it
Well,
like?
what a sick photo.
Yeah, I saw that. I love that. Shouts to OverHop. Yeah, Patty and OverHop, man, they're all. I guess because that's part of their job. They got to be all around Quebec
Oh, this
for checking
pyrography
stuff out.
photographer. Ooh, this pyrography photographer's content's gorgeous.
Ooh, shouts to y'all.
Oh, hello. Yeah,
Oh, that was their
shout
shop.
out Patty, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Where Patty's been at. Yeah, Patty ends up in just really cool places. Like it's actually really
So well
inspiring.
traveled.
'cause-
They just really
Well,
do
it's
know.
around Quebec.
See, this is already
What
happening.
the fuck? Where's that?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
so,
Fremont, no?
We have to start moving a bit quicker.
Is it Premier
First one, Parc National. It says here.
Parc National, what though?
Parc National de la Jacques Cartier.
Jacques Cartier Park, what's that? Oh, hang on. Grand Jardin, Gorge, I don't know where the fuck any of these places are.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, look what's happening already.
It's starting to go.
We're
Man,
already getting
do you know why?
that,
Because
we
it's
need to
colder
go
in those
ASAP.
places.
Yeah, exactly, because the water's...
Yo, I wonder if they
Look at that.
have...
We need to go stat.
Okay, fuck.
Yeah.
So, when we used to go, I mean, obviously in the before times, we were in Vermont. I remember we tried to go to leaf peeping in Vermont as much as possible. And they had this website there that actually tracks which part of the state is in which part, like, early, peak and late leaf fucking whatever situation. So I don't know. I imagine Quebec might have a similar thing because Quebec has amazing fall stuff. Fuck man, I love it here for that. So maybe we should do that
Quebec's
soon.
so wonderful with that.
Yeah, bring some nice little pumpkin beers, Oktoberfest, little crispies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Crush them under the leaves, except for...
You know the vibes.
You know the fucking vibes. So
Miss growing up in the beautiful Vermont. Anyways, it's fine. We don't need to talk about that.
I don't honestly, like, it's a little
That's
bit much.
Before times.
It's a before times. I mean, I guess you could fly there and do it because the border's still
what
closed.
A mission.
Like,
what does that even mean?
Like,
what a mission that would
you'd
be.
have to fly. I don't know
like
how
we're
you
literally like 2 hours away.
It must be a 30-minute
than
flight or
going.
something.
Yeah.
I wonder if you fly direct to Berlin. There's that Berlin. We stayed the very first time we went. And basically, like, it was like yesterday, 5 years ago, when I first got my visa again after being an immigrant for a while and wasn't able to leave. We got my visa and we celebrated. I think it was yesterday it came out, or today.
You told me a few days ago, a couple of days ago, maybe tomorrow. Maybe yesterday.
Whatever. Within the time of it, we went to the Alchemist. I was like, I can't believe I'm in America.
Yeah, we
and
did
we
a
drank
cute
the
little
Crusher
vlog.
from the thing.
And I was having Crusher for breakfast. Or
you had Haiti
banger.
from breakfast. It was Haiti.
Was it
and the penny.
Remember those
penny something.
Penny Loose?
Clues on Cherry Street or whatever it is in downtown Burlington. Oh my gosh,
that was good times. Oh my gosh, and then having that restaurant. Did Nate put us on to that Chinese restaurant?
No, that was Rob and his boy.
Oh yeah, my
It was
goodness.
called Single Pebble.
Yeah, then we had the heady
topper
there, while you
and
ate
Rob's
Chinese
mate was
food,
hooking us
and
up with
it was
extra
just
food.
My goodness.
And who would have thought you get 5
such an
Chinese
experience.
food?
Yeah, and the Chinese food is like incredible.
I love them.
Absolutely
so
fire.
It's the greatest place.
Yeah, it's really truly the greatest place on earth.
It should be a part of Quebec because I don't want to have to immigrate.
It should be
to
a part
live
of
there.
Quebec, but also it's like Disney World or something, Disneyland.
Disney World for
adults. It's just such a greatest place. Yeah. It's that place.
It's tell me about it.
Oh, it's just but the leaf peeping would be real, so real there right now. Yeah.
Well, at least Quebec is basically the same land.
Quebec's
right?
gorgeous,
So,
same
like,
land, yeah.
it's right. We should all just be like, fuck it. Let's all split on this river. Fuck that. Just like, let's just join it up. Don't worry about that.
One of our clients is, I was telling one of our clients' employees, I guess is the easier way to say it. And we were saying like, oh yeah, you should go. She was saying, oh, I want to come to Quebec and look at basically do leaf peeping. And I was like, oh yeah, you should go to Vermont. And she was like, is Vermont in? Is there a Vermont in Quebec too? And I was like, in Canada too? And I was like, no, it's the same.
Same.
Vermont. And
she knew about
it. But
right?
like, we should have it. I was like, we should actually have it.
You don't appreciate it.
I was like, you're confused because no one cares about it. You all don't pay attention, and we love it.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys underappreciate Vermont so hard.
Hard.
Because I feel like everyone I talk to about it, every time I talk to any of my American friends or any clients or anything about it, I'm like, I'm like, oh yeah, you're in the US. I'm like, I only care about Vermont. Vermont's the best place on earth. Everybody's like, Vermont, Interesting. The place where Bernie runs. Okay, sure. Like, no, underrated.
But
so
like,
underrated.
Disgustingly so.
Yeah.
I try not to think about it too much.
Really the best
it breaks
place
my
in the
heart just thinking
States.
about it. Yeah. We'll get back there eventually, I guess.
I know. And TJ's. Oh, TJ.
Trader
do we
Joe's.
miss you, old Trader Joe?
Yeah, we're running low on. We've still got some spices. We went there so much. We bought we used to.
We're
bring
only
our
just
cooler.
finishing the spice.
No, we got plenty of
still
spices.
Oh yeah, we still have spices.
I
But
got
we
my
only
last-
just finished the peanut butter and stuff like that.
And I'm up to, I got the little green dragon sauce. I'm at the last few meals of that. And I can't really replace it.
But we did pretty well for not having gone
2
there.
years almost.
Because that was the last place we went before the world changed. So.
Literally the weekend before we happened to be there.
Yeah.
Conveniently. So we stacked up on stuff and
and that was it.
Haven't really
would have
been
got
able to.
more had I known.
I
would
mean,
have held on a little longer.
Yeah, just a few more.
Yeah.
We would have I
Stayed
would have dropped an
7
extra
more nights.
Oh yeah, all the way out. Fuck it.
Would have stayed longer. That's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's making me sad.
Love letter to OVT.
It's the greatest place. The other thing I was going to say, just events are back for those who are, so inclined. It seems like a lot of events are back in action now. There was the beer garden event that's been happening all around Quebec. We're out of town when it was here in Montreal, and it was in Gatineau or near there, and Quebec City, and blah blah blah. I heard it was fantastic. People enjoying that. Were there other beer events? At least I know that.
Yeah, I've seen people at beer events.
Yeah, or at least like at the
Oh, for
breweries
sure. Like,
and stuff.
yeah, there's been like beer events and parking lots and stuff like that. I know for sure I've seen that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, people. I mean, look, we are like, there's no, just like we're saying, we can't make it out to even a brewery to do the in-person podcast, but like to do an event is pretty unlikely as well. But I'm happy that everybody else is happy that the events are back.
And I'm happy if it's like helping in the end. That's a great marketing tactic for breweries. So I'm sure it was a big hit for that not to be around anymore. So I hope that that's really helpful for everyone.
Yeah, the community seems pretty passionate about it, which is cool. So I'm happy for them that for everybody that's back. Fuck, man, that was really, really hard on the list to chat about today. I think we kind of went through it. We don't want to drag this out. It was just more like wanted to catch y'all back up. You know what's been happening. We did the last season. We're doing a bunch of collabs. You know, working on Link Up.
Yeah, working.
You know,
that's what we do.
So we fucking do. We've got just a touch. If anyone messes with, like, a lot of y'all, like, I really want to shout out all the beer community because, you know, you guys are some of the biggest supporters of my music as well. Like, I started the beer stuff as like this rapper from Australia living in Canada doing this beer podcast. And it's sort of interestingly kind of almost flipped the other way. People think I'm this beer guy who happens to rap. And I find that super interesting. But the beer community, you guys are so dope. You guys are sharing the stuff. So basically, my second album, I've done a lot of projects. My second solo album, I've had like albums over the last few years, like 3 or 4 actually. But my last solo album was 2014. This one's coming out now, is a real big deal. It's called Relentless. Drops October 22nd. We released 2 singles so far. Single called I Got Next with my brother Notion and the producer Maya Clarity was on it. And that dropped like a month ago. Then following that, we had a single called Stay Woke. We dropped a video for that, which is great. And mad people were like buying the single and sharing the video and watching that stuff. It's super, super cool. So that's been great. And then October 22nd is the album. The week before, October 15th, we have the third single, I guess, and the second video called Let Justice Prevail featuring Caleb Hart, a reggae singer from Tobago, with Trinidad and Tobago, and he lives in Victoria, BC. So the music video was shot out in BC by my dude Josh Telfer, shouts to Uncle Terry, and he shot out here in Trois Rivières, actually. Tons of like fire, we got like fire breathing and all crazy shit in it. So, you know, the music has been taken up a bunch of time, super cool. So we're excited for the album to finally drop. I just want that shit out. So we're working on merch. We're talking about that tonight. Getting that going, a few little like custom merch things and stuff. So, you know, keep y'all posted on that because you guys have been really supporting it. It's a very big deal. We don't really talk about the music and stuff here a lot, but this is a very big deal for us and the whole team. So, you know, next month we have actually stuff from the crew every single week from my brother, who's our audio engineer. He drops on the 8th. We've got 15th me, 22nd me, and then our good friend Jonathan Emile, me, and I'm on his remix to a single on Tough Gong Records, actually, which drops the 29th of October, which is Bob Marley's label, which is pretty fucking cool. We get to rap on that. So, that's fun. So, thank you guys for that. This has been good. We're back.
Yeah, we are.
Feels nice to be back now. I think we needed this like full break from this and doing the other this season. So it's about to be good. We got a bunch of stuff coming up, guys. A bunch of fun podcasts, different companies and breweries, and we're gonna have the usual, you know, guest co-host back: Nate, Noah, Chris.
Nice, yes.
Everybody back in action. Tiff's gonna make a few more appearances
I'll make a few
and
guest
stuff.
appearances, but I'll leave it to like Nate, for example.
Yeah.
I'll come in every
You
now
just
and
bless them every now and
I'll
then.
come in every now and then.
Kinda
But
like
I don't know, I
Beyonce
like
and
your
stuff.
conversations with like Nate, Noah, and Chris and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's fun. They're fun.
That's
They're
very
very
true.
cute.
They're good.
Yeah, and you have your chin. You guys like your chin wags.
Yeah, we want to do
I love
a chin wag podcast, like a podcast version of
Yeah,
the
I
chin
think
wag
it
for
would
like
be
3
cool.
hours instead of like a
Yeah.
1 hour thing on
I think it'd be cool.
Chin Wag. So also, if you haven't, we have a thing called the Chin Wag every second Tuesday on Instagram Live. So it's myself, Nathan from Nathan Does Beer, who's also from the BAOS blog. We have Noah from Beerism and Chris from Hops and Bros. So the 4 of us, and also the 5th man is Max from Hops and Bros. Who could he be on this? No, he couldn't because you only have 4 guests.
Yeah. See, it's always this 4 block that they have.
Otherwise, I
on.
have him on this as well.
Yeah.
But 5 might be too many. Anyway.
5 is probably too many, anyways.
Yeah.
4 is even technically a lot for a podcast, but because I feel like someone doesn't get to talk as much normally or something.
Yeah.
But I love the conversations. I love the conversations with you guys. I think they're really cool.
Yeah, they're good times.
They're good times. Yeah, they're good. They're just good chats.
Do you want to take the screenshot as the thing, or do you want to take a proper photo?
Oh, because we can just take a photo now.
Yeah, I guess we can. I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure all this out. It's been so fucking long, man. I forgot everything.
But yeah, I look forward to those pods as they come out. There's a podcast that once Craig and I get a bit more time, there's one I'm really excited about us doing, the whole season. That I'm really excited about us doing. Yeah,
the collab one.
Yes. You know what
I'm talking about?
No. Oh, you're just talking about that? Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm talking about. Yeah, we'll do that. Those are going to continue forever. But like the topical one, I'm very excited.
That's what I'm talking about. Like 6 episodes with somebody.
Oh yes.
You forgot what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Because we were drinking. I was so, having had the beers and not a lot of food by that point in the conversation. Oh, that's going to be a great one. Yeah. So we got some good ones coming.
Yeah, we want to do these things.
Those I'm super excited about. We're in a very heavy, busy business period right now, too. But, eventually, sometime, if anyone's listening and wants a job at a social media marketing agency, just holler. Yeah, then we'll free up more time and get to do these awesome things. So, super excited about that. But yeah, we're 20 minutes over what my time was allocated.
So we're good. We're wrapping it. Where can everyone find you online?
I tell 1 hour.
I know, right? I actually wasn't even looking at the time, to be honest.
Yeah. You can find me everywhere. Not everywhere, sorry. You can find me specifically on Instagram at LiquidxHappiness.
Yes.
Where I post about all things liquids because I am a liquid enthusiast. And liquids bring me happiness. LiquidxHappiness. That was nice. That was good.
Guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the episode, mate, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell.
Ding.
So you know when the new drops. Follow us on social media everywhere at BAOS Podcast. Check out the long form audio. We essentially, at this point, basically every Wednesday, we're going to be dropping pods. I'm going to be making these videos, do a premiere as well on the pods, the audio as well. So check for that. Mate, we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Get it in ya.
Cheers.
Bye.
Get it in ya.